Hello and welcome back to Journey Beyond. Today I will be showing you how to make a quick fall card. The die I'm using today is from one of my previous hauls from AliExpress. It is a fall die with a little fox. The ink I'm using here is the Spectrum Noir Baby Blue Quick Dry Ink. You can use any ink you want if you want to use some of the distress inks, or actually even the water reactive inks would blend quite well here. So here I'm just doing a very basic background. I'm just trying to get some color down from the sky. So I didn't do any particular pattern. I just kind of did a blend of colors. The next color here is the Spectrum Noir Quick Dry Ink in Straw Bale. Now I really love that color. It's beautiful, very soft and subtle. Again, I'm just blending some colors just to get a very soft fall background, nothing exact. You can also put some grass in the background or some trees or bushes or anything else that you wanted to add into the background to give it some character. I just chose not to for this particular card. This next color I'm going to blend in is the Spectrum Noir Quick Dry Honey Pot. Now these blend of colors I love. The Honey Pot and the Straw Bale blend very well together, and they just have a beautiful soft like golden yellow color that I really like. This next color I'm using is the Spectrum Noir Finesse Ink Rustic Brown. Now when I chose this ink, I don't know why I chose this ink. I think I just grabbed the brown color, not really realizing what it was, but it works. So it is a little bit of a darker brown. So the Finesse ink is used best with like your alcohol markers so they don't smudge. This color is Grasshopper. This is also a quick dry ink from Spectrum Noir. But you can also blend some reds or some orange colors if you wanted to in the background there. Now this die set I had already previously cut out. Again, this is the die set I purchased off of AliExpress, and in my last video somebody asked for the link, but I could not find it. It was no longer available. So sorry about that, you guys, but it is a very cute set. So I did pre-stamp it and cut these out. This is a magnetic stamping platform from Crafter's Companion. You can use whatever stamping platform you have, your Misty or your Tim Holtz, or you can even use the Rocket Blocks for this one. But I prefer the Crafter's Companion one just because of the magnetic capability in it, and I like that you can literally just stand right over your stamp and you can see right through it and you can get it perfect every time. Now to stamp this sentiment, I chose to use Hero Art's Hero Hues Dye Ink in black, and I actually love this ink. It stamps so well, and I use it mostly to stamp sentiments. I really like it. The color comes out crisp and dark and beautiful. And here I'm just placing my pre-cut stamps and kind of seeing where I want them to be on my card. And here for the mouse, I'm going to use the Spectrum Noir Classique marker BG6. And here I'm using BG7 in the Classique markers as well, just to give it a little shadowing and depth. And to fill in the ears, I'm using PB2, also in Classique. And for a little more blending, I'm using PV1. Now for the pumpkins, I've chosen to use the Spectrum Noir Classique GY3. And here I'm using GY2 just to give it a little shadow and depth. And for the pumpkins on the top, again I'm using GY3 and giving it a little bit of shadow with GY2. I'm also leaving a little white space, as you can see, just for some shine effect. Now for the fox, I've chosen to use a Classique color B04, which gives it a reddish brown color, but you can use a brown color or a gray color and it would look just as good. Here I'm choosing to keep the end of his tail, the underside of his mouth, and his belly white. And for some added extra depth, I'm using B03. And here I'm just blending the outside of the ears again with B04. And here I'm just finishing my blending with B03. And here I've chosen to use Spectrum Noir Triblend alcohol marker, dull greens in DG3 for his jacket. So here I decided to blend with the dull greens DG1, but I didn't like the color, so I decided to use DG2. Now the great thing about Triblend markers, you have all three colors on the same marker, so one on each end and one in the middle. Here I'm using the Triblend Citrus Blend CT3 to color in parts of his scarf. And here I'm switching back to the Classiques and I'm using AG4 to color in the rest of his scarf. For the body of the wheelbarrow here, I'm using the Classique color IG5. Now for the outline and some shadowing on the wheelbarrow, I'm using IG7. Now you can choose whatever colors you use on a wheelbarrow, red, green, or blue, but I just chose this ice color because I thought they would blend well. Now for the wooden parts and the handle of the wheelbarrow, I chose to use RB2 in Classique. And to give it a little bit of depth, I used RB3 in Classique. Now here I'm just switching back from RB2 and RB3, just filling in some color and detail. Now for some of the leaves here, I chose to use B04, the same color I used to color the fox. And for some of the other leaves, I used my Triblend marker, dull greens in DG3. Now for the inside of the fox's ears, I chose to use the Classique AP1. So remember those white patches I left on the pumpkins earlier? So here now I'm using Zig, Wink of Stella, and Clear just to fill those in. So when those hit the light, you can see the sparkle in them. And then for the leaves, I also used Wink of Stella in Glitter Gold. Now for the base of this card, I used the Accent Opaque Cover White Cardstock 120 pound, 325 GSM that I got off of Amazon. For the layering on top, I used Centura Pearl Old Gold by Crafter's Companion. I thought it would be a nice fall background for this card. And here's the finished card that I'm putting on the top. Again, as you can see in the background, they're very soft fall colors. And as a finishing touch on the inside, I decided to use Pumpkin Patch by DCWV. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this easy fall card tutorial.